I wonder what those who write this listen to. Maybe you should listen to what I'm saying again. Just take a closer look. I even have a question for this person. What sins have you decided to avoid in this way? What do you think suicide is? How are you going to commit suicide and hope at all that you will suffer less? Let's think logically. A person usually decides to commit suicide not from a good life, right? A lot of problems pile up, a person falls into despondency, apathy, he experiences unbearable suffering, sees no way out of this vicious circle. Therefore, in order to stop the torment, he decides to cease to exist. And then suicide is regarded as an opportunity to escape from these very sufferings. Well, this logic is fundamentally wrong. Suicide cannot stop suffering. In general, nothing can be stopped in this way. At least because a person is not able to independently cease to exist. And after what you call death, you don't die completely. It is not people who control this process. It is not man who has given himself existence in this world, and it is not for him to destroy himself. There is only one who can control life and death. And it is he who distributes life or death according to a person's choice. Therefore, suicide is just the opposite. This is the case when I wanted to get rid of suffering, but got the jackpot and in the end stayed with them forever. I would like to see this moment when a suicide after death realizes the irony of his situation. I repeat once again, a person after death receives the state that he chose during his lifetime. So if you're a winner, then you're not going anywhere from your whining. It can and will definitely get worse, but it will never get better. You've already given up the opportunity to change anything. And there can be no question of any rest after death or just a dream here. You've put so much effort and attention into your suffering. You spent all your time and all your strength on them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have reached the extreme point, so everything was fine with you. You have rocked yourself to destructive emotions as much as possible. You have reached the apogee, reached the maximum of self-love, despondency and laziness. I decided that there were only goats around and you were all so good. It's just that all the injustice of the world has boiled down on your head that you felt entitled to kill yourself. So you've elevated yourself so much that you've decided that you have the right to take a life. Yes, it's kind of like your life, but it doesn't change the essence of things. It's still murder. And you still think that after death you will find peace. It won't happen. You will take with you absolutely everything that you have been so hard to cherish inside yourself, even if it was unbearable suffering. This is your conscious choice. So don't whine now. So, if a person really wants to get away from suffering, it is better to do it during life, because after death there will no longer be such an opportunity. It's just that there will no longer be the vitality to change anything. And remember, if you committed suicide out of despondency, then your whining, all your suffering and torment will remain with you forever. Therefore, if thoughts of suicide arise, if you decide that you don't need life, then it's better to dedicate it to people. Otherwise, with the same decadent state, you will go to death.
This is an interesting conclusion. I have also come across information that the most effective way to help yourself is to help other people. Well, in principle, it is clear how it works. When a person switches his attention to helping other people, then he stops thinking about his problems, stewing in them.